bro, have you ever met someone who always looks calm? When things get heated, they stay quiet. When everything is chaotic, they stay focused. When they're attacked, they even smile. You start wondering, does this person not have emotions at all? Or have they just reached a different level? The truth is, they're not emotionless. They're human, just like everyone else. But they've built habits that help them stay calm. Even in the middle of a storm, they're not a superhero. They simply understand how to stand firm when the world is falling apart around them. They can stay focused when everyone else is lost. Stay wise when everyone else just wants to explode in anger. And most importantly, they realize that calmness ISNT, something you reborn with it. That's a choice you make every single day. Calmness is the result of consistency, reflection, and courage built over time. Today, let's break down the real habits of people who stay calm in any situation. Not empty theories, but real practices you can train and apply so you can become the strongest version of yourself, not the most reactive one. Not just to look calm, but to build a solid and stable foundation for your life. Because the outside world will never be fully peaceful. But if your inner world is strong, you can face whatever comes your way. Calm people aren't reactive there. Reflective. They don't respond immediately. They pause, take a breath, and don't rush to speak. They know that rushing usually leads to regret, and reacting without thinking only creates more problems. There was a time when someone yelled at him at work for something that wasn't even his fault. Instead of snapping back, he took a breath, listened, and calmly said, "I get that you're frustrated. Let me help find a solution." That's reflection. It means creating space between emotion and action, and that space is where real strength lives. He isn't controlled by circumstances, he controls himself. He knows when to move forward, when to hold back, when to stay silent, and when to step away. This habit takes practice. You have to learn to pause before responding. Breathe, feel your emotions, then decide, do you want to be fire or water? Do you want to add fuel to the flames, or be the water that puts them out? Do you want to be the reason things fall apart, or the reason you grow stronger? Start small. When you're angry and want to reply to a message, pause. When you want to snap back at someone, count to 5. The more reflective you become, the better you understand your own emotions, and that makes you wiser, not weaker. People also have a strong inner dialogue. Inside their head, there's a voice guiding them, not one that creates panic, but one that brings reassurance. Relax. This is just a phase. It won't last forever. You can handle this. Breathe. Not everything needs a response. Remember who you are. You're more than this moment. Imagine failing a job interview, and instead of self-destruction, that inner voice says, "You learned something today. You'll be better prepared next time." That's very different from the usual inner attacks. You failed. You're not good enough. Calm people train their minds to be allies, not enemies. And you can chew, but first, you have to become aware. Ask yourself, is the voice in your head helping you grow, or slowly tearing you down? They understand that not every thought deserves to be believed. They know when to trust themselves and when to say, "That's enough." This doesn't happen by accident. It's built through consistent practice, journaling, reflection, learning to listen to your inner voice. Start in the morning. Write down what is it on your mind. Separate facts from assumptions, reality from exaggerated fears. You're training your brain to be your partner, not your enemy. Create personal affirmations like, "I am enough," or "I don't need to be perfect to move forward." These words become anchors when your day starts falling apart. Calm people don't chase validation. When everyone else is busy posting achievements online, they don't feel the need to prove anything. They stay focused on their process, knowing everyone has their own timeline. They don't live for approval because they know who they are. And people who know themselves aren't easily shaken, manipulated, or dragged by opinions. This habit comes from honesty, from the courage to admit weaknesses without feeling weak. Because the ones who pretend to be strong are often the first to collapse when life hits hard. They know real validation doesn't come from outside, but from within. You might lose praise, attention, or support, but if you hold on to your principles, you won't lose yourself. Calm people don't just stop chasing validation. They start living by values. Values are principles they hold on to, even when no one is watching, no one agrees, and no one applauds. Honesty, discipline, responsibility, commitment. These values become a compass when life feels confusing. When everyone follows trends, they stay on their path. Because a calm life comes from a life with direction. Ironically, when you stop seeking approval, you start earning trust. They also build routines that ground them. Calmness doesn't come suddenly, it's built. Just like staying healthy requires dailycare.com. People protect small routines. Maybe every morning they sit quietly for 15 minutes. No phone, just breathing and listening to the world. Calm isn't just a mindset, it's a system. Morning routines, journaling, reflection, light exercise, coffee in silence, even watering plants. It's not about what you do, but how consistently you do it. Routines become pillars when the outside world feels unpredictable. You can't control the waves, but you can prepare your ship and routines. Are that ship? They're not fearless, but they don't run from fear. When asked to give an impromptu presentation, their heart still races, but they don't escape. They breathe, gather themselves, and step forward. Not because they're fully confident, but because they understand one thing. Fear isn't a reason to stop. Courage isn't the absence of fear. As the decision to move forward while fear is still there. Fear is often a sign that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Run from it, and your world gets smaller. Face it slowly, and you grow stronger. Calm people know what they can control and what they must let go. In family conflicts or emotional situations, they realize they can't change everyone, so they focus on their own responses, words, and attitudes. They protect their energy. They know boundaries. Not everything needs fixing. Not everyone can be changed. True freedom appears when you say, "This is no longer my responsibility." That's not giving up its wisdom. They manage energy, not just emotions. Energy is your most important resource. When it's drained, everything falls apart. They rest when needed, sleep enough, choose their environment carefully, and avoid constant negativity. Because calmness needs space, and that space must be protected. When your body is exhausted, your mind follows. Taking care of yourself isn't weakness, it's survival. Life will never be fully calm, but you can stay calm in a noisy world. Not because you're numb, but because you're aware and prepared. Calmness isn't about suppressing emotions, it's about managing them wisely. These habits aren't just tips, they're a path to becoming stronger. Start small. Breathe before responding. Write your thoughts. Hold values, not validation. Face one fear today. Control what you can. Release the rest. You don't need to be perfect, but you must start. Because if you don't build your mental strength, the world will tear it apart for you. Don't wait for life to calm down before you become calm. Become the center of calm itself.